shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. On that uplifting note, it's my 22nd birthday. Yay for me, right? And I really have to think back on all the fantastic stuff that I've done from 21 to 22. It was actually a very great year for all the new experiences that you get as a 21-year-old. Those experiences should happen 3 years ago, well, 4 years ago now, when you were 18. It's having survived from 18 to 21, and having survived 21 with no DUIs, assaults on police officers, absolutely horrific long division accidents, none of that. It should have happened 3 years ago. I can actually say that having done it. It's absolute nonsense. There is not a single valid reason for the 21 age limit. But now that I got that out of the way, let's reflect on some of the stuff that I've done privilege-wise this year. Obviously, the alcohol and all that stuff. Oh, yes, I bought alcohol when I was 21. But not only did I bought a lot of different kinds. Not, oh, because you're a big alcoholic and all that. Personally, I'm very happy with the selections that I've chosen. I've tried many different brews. I mentioned a while back in my EDC video that I had this little it's too far out of frame to get right now, but this little Balisong bottle opener to open different microbrews that I would get. So I've tried a lot of different beers, because, I mean, you gotta try them to know if you like them. I've tried a lot of different spirits, and I'm glad that I did taste them all. And again, isn't it shocking? I went out and I tried all these different alcohols, but I didn't go out and drunk driving, and they were on their prom night and they died because they went out drinking and driving. Oh my God, and all the big tearjerker stories. It's almost like, just like guns, alcohol is not the problem. It really is crazy how it works out like that. Now you're gonna tell me something crazy like the drugs aren't the problem, and maybe pot should be legal. Let's not talk crazy or anything like that. But like I said, I've had a lot of different alcohols. I'm very happy with my outreach that I've done with that. As you'll notice on various videos that I've made this past year, I usually had a different drink with me. Again, it's not look how much of an alcoholic I am. It's just, showing some of the different things that I've tried. I've also, of course, the other thing that can happen at 21, bought a whole bunch of different firearms. So let's take a look at the year in review on firearms, and I'll actually do them in the order that I got them here. One wasn't even a pistol, but it was something you have to be 21 to buy. That's another one of those fantastic laws. This isn't even a New York law. This is a federal regulation, if you remember. This is loaded because it is the home defense gun, and we're going to go ahead and show you in there. You can see the shell in the magazine tube, but here it is. The Mossberg 590 American Cruiser. I got this 2 days before my pistol permit cleared, concealed carry permit, which you need to even touch a gun here in New York. Let's not forget that. Not a gun, a pistol here in New York. Got to have your permit. You don't have to have concealed carry. There's only 3 types of licenses you can get. I've been through this before, there is concealed carry, there is premises, and there is possessed for employment. That's it. Some people will tell you such nonsense like, oh, you can get restricted permits. That's not true. There's no such thing as a restricted permit in New York. Your county may throw words on there to discourage you from doing certain things. Like some counties say, okay, you have this concealed carry permit, but you can only carry your gun to and from the range and maybe to hunting. That's nonsense. That's just words they have on there as an agreement between you and the judge. But in reality, there's no such thing on the law books that say anything about restrictions. And in fact, the judges have no legal power to put them on your permit, and that's why a lot of people just ignore them. It's not a good thing to talk about your restrictions you have, which ones you have, because then you're kind of letting everybody know when you're carrying. If the judge is watching the video, and he might get upset with you, the nonsense. But all I can say is that a lot of people don't follow those nonsense restrictions. But the whole thing is you need a permit to even touch a pistol in New York. I think that's ridiculous. But again, that's just me talking. I guess I do have the right because I'm officially a big 22-year-old now. Isn't that special? Yeah, kind of all the privileged birthdays end with 21, because at 16 you gain the ability to drive, at 17 you gain the ability to buy M-rated video games, and I think donate blood by yourself. At 18 you get a whole bunch of stuff like lottery tickets, porn, cigarettes, long guns, voting, signing contracts, and all that stuff. 19, you can buy drugs with the certain meth ingredient. I can't remember what it is called, because I'm not a meth addict, but you can buy some of those allergy pills with the ingredient they used to make meth. 20, you don't get anything, and 21, you get the alcohol. And now more and more shit's getting added to that, like nonsense, and the fire and the pistols. So yeah, being 22 isn't that special. Anyway, look at me going on all these rants. I do have that right though. So yeah, here was the Mossberg 590. I got this 2 days before my concealed carry permit cleared, and I could actually buy my first pistol. So, and I've shot this, and I've seen so many people do the thing. And again, this is loaded, so we're gonna go ahead and keep our fingers away from the trigger and make sure it's always pointed in safe directions. Uh, I've seen so many people get hit in the face with these things because they put it right up to their eye and shoot it like it's going to be a Hollywood thing and just go pop. I can actually shoot it at eye level, you know, not just firing from the hip. I can actually shoot it at eye level, but I'm also not a complete retard, and I know that it's going to be a big recoil, and I hold it. And I've shot many slugs through this thing. If you watch my trick or taken video, I shot some slugs through it, and I like it. I really do. It's my home defense shotgun that goes along with the pistols. Speaking of which, let's look at the pistols we've acquired in this last 365 days here. By the way, happy December as well. 25 days till Christmas. 24 if you don't count today. 23 if you don't count Christmas. The first pistol that I got is not that one. It is, as you should all know, Walther P99 in 40 Smith & Wesson, also loaded, and there's one in the chamber, but here's the magazine, because again, that's another home defense gun, but I'm not ashamed of having it loaded like this, because we're going to, again, be safe, keep things pointed in a safe direction. We're going to have all the guns, safe gun handling practices. But I'll put it down for a second. Yeah, that was the first pistol that I got 2 days after the shotgun there. And that was the pistol I wanted for my whole life. Well, I wanted P99. I really wanted 9mm. The 40 I just kind of got because we kind of get screwed over here on selection in New York. But I got it, and I've probably put 600 or 700 rounds through it. I bought bulk ammo for that, and again, I will reiterate how you're not saving that much with bulk ammo because of the shipping. Unless you buy in extreme bulk, you're really not saving that much. That bulk ammo that I got came out to about almost exactly what it would be at Walmart when you add the shipping in there, so that's nonsense. Why would I do that ever again? If you buy in extreme bulk, you can get some savings, but I don't know. I also plan on starting reloading. That's something I would like to be getting into around Christmas. I'm thinking on getting a reloading kit specifically for the 308 because those are kind of expensive rounds. But moving on here, the second firearm that I got within a few weeks of the first pistol, which is another loaded pistol here because this is my CCW piece. The Glock 26 loaded up and ready to go. Still got that color-filled job on there, 9mm. I knew after I got my P99 that I wanted a carry piece, so I picked this up, and I still love it. I've only had one failure with it, and that was an improperly loaded magazine, so it has been very reliable. Anybody who say that Glocks don't fail is not lying to you. They are lying to you, just like saying AKs don't fail or anything, or like Macs never get viruses. It's just nonsense that a lot of people like to believe, but it's not true. Doesn't make them bad things, like all of the above mentioned things, but it's not true myths that go around with that. So that's it. And this happens to be one of the only pistols besides 22s. Actually, it happens to be the only pistol that I own that doesn't have a New York neutered magazine, because it has an actual 10-round magazine as opposed to one that's supposed to be higher but is neutered. So yeah, go New York. I actually have the right capacity in a firearm. That's fantastic. Speaking of 22s, this came shortly after the Glock. The Ruger SR22, this one actually is empty because it's just my plinker. And this I've put way more rounds through than any other pistol. And I would be willing to bet the most shot handgun round in America is not 9mm. I'd be willing to bet that it is 22. If I don't have a statistic on that, I would be willing to bet that it is 22 because you can shoot 500 rounds of 22 for the cost of 100 rounds of 9mm. So I would just be willing to say that the most shot handgun round in America would be the 22. But I love this thing. There is some slide wear on the bottom here under the Ruger. But by the way, I've mentioned that they were doing fine, but the first P99 I showed is also doing fine. It had some reliability issues with the few of the magazines, but that was a known issue. You just get some new magazines that had a bit stamped in them so that the rounds couldn't activate the slide catch early, but that's not the gun's fault. That's the magazine's fault because it was a Gen 1. Let's not forget that the Gen 4 Glocks had their issues too when they first came out. But yeah, this gun, I have so many rounds through. It's starting to get a little wear. I was mentioning here under the word Ruger where the slide stop rides up on the last round, but it really hasn't gotten any worse, and I've put a lot of rounds through this. It's got a little steel pin in there so that the steel slide stop won't wear any more into this aluminum slide, but it's actually been very, very reliable. If it's compared to all the P22s that I've shot, it's been very great. And this has one of the best triggers on the pistol that I like. It has one of the best single action triggers. It is just such a great light single action trigger. This would be like my most accurate pistol. That's probably also due to the fact that it's got such low recoil, but this is, I love this thing. This is the one that I can shoot the tops off of bottle caps on, do all of those cool 22 trick shots with this. I think that's why the people use those 22s in addition being cheap. But love this thing, and I'd like to get another magazine for it. I only have 2, and I'd like to have at least 3. But yeah, most rounds through it is this one, and I plan on putting some more through it here pretty soon. And then, of course, we move to my latest pistol acquisition, and the last one I own so far, until at least the holidays. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a gun for Christmas. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what Santa is up to. The P99 again in the actual caliber that I wanted, the 9mm. This is loaded, but there's not one in the chamber. And this has been completely reliable for me. Actually, no, that's not true. I limited it one time when I got it when it was brand new. It has been completely reliable for me, except it has not been reliable for my friend, which shows me that, as I mentioned him before, he needs to work on lip resting the gun, because he often shoots with a cup and saucer method, and that allows the gun to go back too much, as opposed to, you know, a nice grip either around the trigger guard or both hands on top of each other. He does the cup and saucer thing, and he allows it to go back too far, and he usually gets lip resting with that. I have not had a single problem with that after I realized that I just need to get a good grip on it, as opposed to my 40, which has more recoil anyway. I just got to get a good grip on this, and I have not any problems with this. And I've shot a lot of plus P ammo through there. I've shot about 70 rounds of plus P through this thing, just to break in the spring. It says Walther recommends to do that for the first 150 rounds because it comes with a stiff spring. In fact, that's what's in this magazine right now, 124 grain plus P, because I'm still breaking it in. But yeah, it's been completely reliable, even with the cheap Tula crap. It's been reliable for me, not for everybody. So that's showing that we got a little shooter error there. And those are my 21 acquisitions. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Acquisitions. Yeah, those are the firearms. And getting 5 firearms in a year, I think that is a good pace for me. That's what I'm happy about. That makes it, since I was 18 and bought my first firearm, a whole bunch. I don't know what the exact number is. I can't count them all right here. Oh no, and I also got the Remington 700 that I showed you, but that's too frickin' heavy to go get right now, and I don't have it with me. So yeah, the Remington 700 SPS ADL, whatever you would like to call it. I also got that in 308. So 6 guns in a year. That's 1 every 2 months. I'm happy with that speed. And I hope to do it while I'm 22. I was going to say this cheesy guy. I might as well do it because it's so cheesy. I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. Hold on a second. I was going to say this, and now I'm going to, so you can enjoy the wonderful humor here. Hey guys, what do me and this have in common? Well, they're both 22. Ah! Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I guess I could have done it with the pistol. The pistol's not really 22. It shoots 22. But yeah, there we go. I'm officially 22. And oh no, wait, there's another thing you get. 25. I think you can rent a car. I think though in New York, and that might only be 18. But I thought kind of the whole, or no, you get lower insurance rates. And 35, you can become president. Hell yeah, I got a good life ahead of me. So yeah, that was the year in review for being 21. And let's go ahead and make 22 another fantastic year. Thank you for all the subscribers that I gained this year. I really do appreciate that. I can't believe that the channel has grown this much from my one Walmart stupid video to all these videos now, and we're going to be nearing 1 million views here soon, so I'm kind of excited about that. We'll have to do something fun for that. But yeah, I'm going out to the bar today for my, I'm getting free drinks because it's my birthday. I'm excited about that. They have Blue Moon on tap, which, oh, speaking of the drinks, I found out that my favorite beer so far is Blue Moon. If you're getting really cheap stuff, I take Bud Light. I do like Bud Light, but I like Blue Moon. Yeah, all that girly stuff. Blue Moon is a very good beer, especially at the bar I go to. They have it on tap. Very good stuff. So cold and so bubbly. Blue Moon on tap. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh, and one of my other friends, Andrew out there, he just turned 21 a couple of weeks ago. So let's just say he's gonna have a fun ride if I do know. And that's it. I keep saying that's it because I want to end this, but there's so much fun stuff to talk about. It's just me talking about a whole bunch of nonsense now because it's my birthday, and I guess I'm allowed to. I guess I'm allowed to talk about nonsense for one day of the year, right? All right. I do actually think I'm done now. Nothing else I want to talk about, correct? All right then. Uh, so take it easy, and I will be doing this again in about 365 days.